Hello everybody, welcome back to some Liquor Store Simulator. We are playing, well, right where we picked up, I guess. Nothing too crazy about this playthrough, except that normally, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, but normally I would do 2 shelves and then have doubled up on the wine. But this time, I'm doing 1 to save some money and kind of advance a little further since this is on YouTube. And we're not chilling as much as we normally would. But also, here's the other thing. This right here, I basically have 1 of these as well. So we're kind of limiting what we have here. Now, I know the snacks run out really fast for some reason. I think it has to do with the fact that people with fake IDs can still buy these. Whereas, like, you know, this stuff won't run out as fast because there's, well, a lot of options. 1, and 2, it's... if you have a fake ID, you can't really do anything about it. But this also has just kind of saved a lot of space. And like I say, we're just not chilling as much. Like if I was playing this on stream, you know, we'd be talking and hanging out and, you know, just taking goofy breaks and looking stuff up and whatnot. But here, we are just kind of playing through. Just kind of relaxing. I know I never really talked about that, but... yeah, that's the big difference here. Because, like, on YouTube, we're a little more focused on the games, you know? We're a little more focused on what these guys are doing in here and how I have this set up and kind of getting through the game a little quicker. Whereas on Twitch or on a stream, you know, we're just kind of like... just testing things out, goofing around, whatever, talking, you know. People ask questions, people look for advice, which is funny because... I mean, I guess now I'm getting closer to 5 years streaming. Actually, at this point when this comes out, it'll be over 5 years streaming. So I'm starting to know what I do and what I can help other people with and what they do. But man, it just feels like a blur. I mean, literally 5 years of streaming has gone by very quick. Creating in general, yeah, I guess I never really created anything. I mean, I did a couple of Twitter posts here and there back in the day when I was playing music, but I mean that was about it. I was actually thinking about that the other day, man. When Twitter first came out, and it was like talked about as just some dying social media platform, and it was a waste of money. You know, they couldn't really market social media like, you know, Vine and Snapchat, Twitter, and, you know, that kind of thing back in the day. I mean, companies have evolved and found a way. Vine didn't, of course, and TikTok's kind of that now, but... yeah, it was just interesting because all these things came around and you just didn't really have a way of marketing them and making money off of them. But Twitter was kind of like, oh, it's, you know, it's what MySpace or what's it called? Facebook should be or is or whatever. And the funny thing about it is the way I remember when Twitter first came out, the big draw to Twitter was like you can interact with your like... regular people can interact with celebrities or like rock stars or, you know, high profile people in the world without having to, like, you know, send messages or anything like that. It's just public information. It's almost like meeting somebody, and it's a way of people interacting, I guess, safer. And it used to just be like a completely different thing. Now, of course, you know, it's like the #1 clout chasing, you know, real or fake media, you know, news site. It's crazy how it's evolved, but it's also monetized now. And anytime, you know, a lot of money makes its way into something, it's going to change a lot. But back in the day, anyway, this is where this all started. Back in the day, I used to post on Twitter pretty frequently, and I was like making music, so I'd post lyrics or, you know, whatever, drop song hints, things like that. And it was, I mean, for a nobody that really wasn't doing anything, like legit not doing anything. I was just going to work, I'd drop a tweet, and then people would be like, oh, that's cool. When's that coming? I had thousands of followers for no reason at all. You know, it was so funny, because I'm like, you know, who the hell am I? I did that on Facebook, too, where I'd make, like, these top 10 posts. And I'm telling you, this was like when I was in and just out of high school, so it was many, many years ago. But it's just funny because that just, you know, how much has it changed now? Because used to be you could grow on these social media sites by being creative and funny or interesting or have a talent to share. Now it's just, you know, how can we enrage people? How can we you know, put some AI nonsense out there and get a bunch of clicks. It's just, I don't know, it's just so different now. But that's what I like about YouTube. That's what I like about, you know, streaming and Twitch and that kind of thing. And those platforms are kind of on the verge of taking that turn. There's a lot of AI nonsense. You know, every now and then I'll try to watch some informative, like, science video, or, you know, there's a couple of cool channels out there that make, you know, stuff about the universe or whatever. And then I'll just happen to wander into a 3-hour, like, clickbait title about, oh, we found this new planet that does this. And it's just 3 hours of nonsense that AI made, so it sucks that we're kind of getting towards there. I remember on the streaming platforms, they used to have a front page, like, category on a few of the different platforms dedicated to, like, ask this AI person, or this is AI this, or whatever. And I think that went away very quick because it looked like it was more of a scam by the, what's it called? By the creative platforms themselves to make money on stuff without having to spend any money, which is just wild. I mean, if you're starting to pump out, like, AI creative content that's not actually, you know, one, creative, and two, it's not by real people, it's pretty scary stuff. The best thing to do, though, that I have found is just look towards the next platform and get on it. Whether it's a success or a flop, you can gain something from it either way. That's what a lot of people did with that Hover app, too. I remember that was, like, for creators to showcase themselves, and it just became, like, TikTok light, you know? But at the beginning, it was a great way to showcase your stream, and people would, like, network on there and stuff. And I hate the whole networking thing, because all you're really doing is just advertising yourself to other people that want to advertise themselves. So it's like, you know, you're all eating from the same plate that has nothing on it. That's the thing people don't understand, you know? I mean, a lot of streamers are around other streamers, and a lot of creators are around other creators, because that's what you do. You're interested in stuff you create, you want to consume, and a lot of the people watching what you create wish they could create or want to create. So it's kind of like, you know, it's this weird cyclical thing. I don't know, man. Like I say, though, you know, just getting it, like, there's two ways to go about it. You get into one of those things, whether it, you know, bombs or whether it does really well, and you'll meet a lot of people, you'll do your thing, you'll showcase yourself, and if that platform goes away, at least you have your other platform to fall back on. But I don't know. I'm just not, like, a great promoter or marketer or whatever. You know, so I rely on word of mouth for everything I do. I rely on, like, general interest. I rely on providing something, like a service, perhaps. Maybe somebody, you know, has a question about getting into streaming, and I can help them, you know. I can say, like, that's the thing about creating. You never know what you need physically. You have inherently what you want to do and your direction you want to start in and take things, but you never know, like, oh, I can't just push a button and start talking to people. I have to download this software. I have to have this overlay. I have to, you know, connect to this account. Like, it's, you know, these bots. Like, how are you doing the shout out? When I first started streaming, all I thought was that I'd click a button and, hey, there you go. Got a shout out. But it's not how it goes. You have to, like, program the bot in and stuff. Now, you know, Twitch is very good at least lately, hearing the concerns of the tech aspect of things. For sure the tech aspect. And they have started providing a lot of features, which is nice. All right, we got another day here. Do some, whoa, deliveries. All right, here we go. Yeah, but they've been adding some, you know, tech features and stuff that people wanted for a while. And I know it was a while ago that these, you know, big shout-outs and stuff were added in. But having a naturally embedded shout-out means you can start streaming solely on the platform. You don't need anything else, you know? Like, yeah, there's bots that help protect you, but if you mod somebody, or you mod yourself, like, you know, you can just get right to it. So it's come a long way since I first started, and, you know, before then it came even further, but it is still one of those things. It's like, it's just such a foreign concept, you know? I'm so glad they patched this, by the way. I had complained about it so much, and it's been patched. Oh, God, it's so nice to just do deliveries. Going on the wrong side, though. But, yeah, you know, I love just talking about this stuff, and I could talk about it endlessly. I actually started a podcast to talk about like all this platforms, tech stuff, the networking thing, all that. Because I'm a big proponent of just getting on a platform and doing what you want to do, and not really worrying about what what you're told to do or what you're expected to do, or It was a very different time when I started streaming, and I saw the wrong crowds and luckily didn't really fall into them because it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. It's like I am creating something I want to create. Why should I listen to all of your rules and fast track it into your, community and everything like that to just do what you want me to do? It doesn't make sense, I thought the whole point of creating stuff is that you create what you want to create, but that's just it. Like, people that are fast tracking this, doing these whole support and networking things and big events and stuff that are just about, oh hey, I'm trying to meet people and grow and stuff. We grow together. That whole scam, the we grow together movement, where it's like, how? What are you doing for me? And what am I doing for you? Nothing. Literally, we're just providing each other a view, if that. And if I don't provide you a view, then it's just like, oh, well, fuck that guy. He's done, No, we need to stand on our content and what we make and what we do. That's the thing. I could have one person watch this video and be happy about it because it's something I made, It's like I painted a picture. I'm not painting it because I want 1,000 people to see it. I'm painting it because I think it's a cool thing to paint. I like painting, It's any kind of creative. I wrote a song not because I want millions of people to listen to it. Like, yeah, that's great. I'd love to make a living off it. I'd love to show people what I do. And I'd love people to get excited about it. But I made it because I wanted to make it, And it's one of those things where I think a lot of those lines get crossed. And that's where the saturation comes in. That's where people kind of give up because they think that, oh, there's millions and millions of streamers out there. There's millions of creators out there. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't go for it. But all they're really talking about is the people that, how many people are realistically at the top? A couple hundred, maybe. Maybe that, Out of the millions of people in the world, millions of people creating, a couple hundred, maybe. Just because 1 million people are streaming at the same time doesn't mean that 1 million people are going to be catching the eyes of all the people that are watching. And the more you put out there, the more lines you cast, the luckier you could get. And it is about luck. There's no doubt about that. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, it's all hard work. It's hardly ever hard work, really. I mean, the harder you work, the more chance you have, for sure. And there's some things you can influence, but, if somebody has a clip go crazy, one, the clip has to, first of all, get shared or be shareable, go viral, whatever. And two, that doesn't always translate into views. I've seen a bunch of clips get big and blow up, and, it's like, if that clip has nothing to do with, who you are, what your content is, then, all you're going to do is just have a bunch of empty follows, or maybe just a bunch of people that don't care at all. I try to stay as, natural as possible when it comes to creating stuff and do exactly what I do. I don't know why this tangent started, by the way, but I love, like I say, talking about this kind of stuff, so I can just kind of roll on it. Especially playing Liquor Store Simulator. Am I, fucking drunk through the game or something? What the hell's going on here? I just find it helpful information, though. Or at least just something to talk about, something to share. I don't know. Either way. Let me see if these prices change at all. I don't think so. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good on that. Just the replenishment process. That's what I like about these simulator games, though. They're so chill, And just sit here and talk about whatever we want to talk about. And, just have the game kind of progressing and stuff. It's nice. What am I looking at here? Advertisements, that's right. I could do this one. Let's do it. Yeah, why not? Okay. Alright, so we got that. Is there anything else we need to do? We've done our deliveries. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, I need to order stuff, don't I? I should probably order. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm looking a little rough. Okay. Well, y'all, we'll pick this up next time. I'll do a product order, and I don't know. I was saying earlier, like, yeah, I do a podcast on this, and I haven't done this topic yet, or these topics, and it's like, all right, what are you waiting for? Let's just throw one down, you know? At least it'll live in a place, and I can just be like, hey, here are my thoughts on that. Go check that out. All right, cool. See ya. You know what I mean? But anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Absolute pleasure. I will see you in the next one. Please be well, y'all.